Right then, welcome back, and today, well, we're going to do a track guide for Virginia International Raceway North, the North Circuit, North Layout, VIR North. We are on the 2019 S1000 RR. We went there a couple of weeks back and we set a fairly decent time. Now, set up, you're going to have a massive amount of front end support, but not only that, you're going to have to make sure that the rear compression is stopping the bike squatting and moving sideways on the power. It's a common theme at the minute on the tracks we're doing. I'm not sure why, but especially the higher powered stuff, this S1000 is 200 and change horsepower. You've just got to make sure the rear shock is not squatting too fast. Problems plenty. We are running at the absolute limit of what the bikes want to do brakes wise. If you miss your braking point, you're off, and it's miles to the tyre barriers. We're also going to be running close to the inside of the track, so we're going to make sure we don't run off, and we're also going to be running out wide when we exit the corner, so we're going to make sure we don't fall off there. Any questions? No? Good. Right, over the start finish line. First braking point is going to be just before the advertising hoardings, boards, markers on the left hand side. Don't go to the brake marker on the fast stuff. You'll go flying into the wilds, into the woods, and you're in a world of trouble. This first and second turn, we're going to go for a really late apex on turn 2. Be patient on the gas. The racing line's a little bit cheeky there because it wants you to go wide. You don't want to do that. You want to stay nice and tight. Again, turn 3 as one corner. You want to nip the apex just before the exit, but don't run onto the curb because it will spit you off because they are serrated. Braking point for the next turn is the end of that curve on the right hand side. Again, don't turn in too early. You might just run over the curbs. You can take a bit of curve through. It's not too bad. It's quite a little cheeky complex. Run close to the curb at 6, and we want to straight line the rest of these turns. We want to try and minimise our inputs into the bike going left and right to try and maximise our forward drive. Braking point for the horrible next corner, the Nissan bridge, just before on the big stuff, just underneath it on the slightly slower stuff. Turn 9, horrible corner, bumpy, nasty. Be patient on the gas, wait until you can see the exit, squirt the power on. If you're using traction control, it'll just stand the bike up and into the rhythm section. Now, what we've got to do is turn the bike just as we get to the end of the curb. So across to the left, and then just as the white curb finishes, the little curb edging, we're going to go back across to the right, and then we're going to hug this curb as tight as we can. As soon as we can see the straight, we're up, we're on the gas. Braking point is the cone on the left hand side. Over the brow of the hill, the bike will not want to stop. The back tyre will be lifted off the floor. It won't want to turn. It's off camber into the right hander. Flick it across to the left, run out wide, and then there's a tiny little braking point just at the end of this curve before we go into this kind of downhill, reverse corkscrewy kind of turn 18. What's it called? Hog pen. Through turn 19 on the gas. Don't run wide. Up the straight. Across the line that's halfway around a corner. Make sure again you don't run too wide, and there you go, 119.681. And if we string it all together, it should look a little something like this. And there we go. Now, Some tracks you can do 4 or 5 laps and you're sorted and you get a decent time. The fast times, the quick times, the consistent times do not come easy on this circuit. 16 laps, and that's after doing an endurance race. Yes, it paid off. We went top. I mean, Ricky the Tangler, that time, that 1:19.7 was incredibly difficult to beat. I'm not even sure there's going to be a faster bike round that track. The Panigale, but we've not done the rest of the endurance races yet, so I better get my finger out and get them done. But that's it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing. I hope these help. Again, let me know in the comments if you give one a bash. Let me know how you got on. Did it improve your time? Did it not? Again, for setups and all the usual stuff. And fingers crossed, I will see you next time. Take care, stay safe. Peace.